The eruption of Mount St. Helens on May 18, 1980, was one of the most dramatic geologic moments in American history.
Friday, the 13th.
We are awed, and rightly so, by the forces of destruction at loose in the world in this nuclear era.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
John Lennon, singer, songwriter, leader of a musical group that led a generation. Earlier this week he was killed. Today, New York and the world mourn.
Fans waited and debated over which of the plausible suspects had pulled the trigger.
Pick a number.
From any number of bamboozled oil barons
I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do.
to JR's neglected, long-suffering wife, Sue Ellen.
Tell me, JR, which slut are you going to stay with tonight?
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Not true.
I don't understand. What do you mean kill you?
Me? Kill me? Start here. Kill me first. Do me a fucking favor. Because you're driving me crazy. You're a killer. You're a big shot. Just kill. You're a killer.
Excuse me, what do you mean by you, though?
President Carter won a major victory today in his bid to boycott the Moscow Olympic Games because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Here's Johnny.
Another one bites the dust.
Hey folks, Crazy Clever Andy here again, and we're going to look at game number 18 in our 20 from 1980 series. And an earlier game that we had in this series was Spectar, and this is the first game in that series. And this game is called Targ, and it is much harder than Spectar. This was released by Exidy in 1980. Very, very, very tough. And it's a little bit different from Spectar in that you have a 9x9 grid of boxes that you can drive your vehicle around. But yeah, Targ is way harder than Spectar. But it's still a very innovative game for its time. There is a 9x9 grid of boxes. You can move between them and around them with your vehicle. And this is supposedly set in what's called Crystal City. And your goal is to destroy all the red arrow-shaped Targ Ramships. And they're called Ramships because they want to ram into you. And the artificial intelligence of these buggers is very daunting. They know you are trying to destroy them. And that was weird. I don't know what happened there, but they try to evade your shots and try to find a different way to get to you. And they can turn on a dime if they want to. You cannot. Moving forward with the joystick, or pressing in a direction with the joystick, you will speed up. And if you pull back on the joystick, you will slow down before you eventually turn around. So you definitely cannot stop on a dime. And now we see the Spectar Smuggler. The Spectar Smuggler is worth anywhere between 100 to 500 points. And when you whittle the enemy down to a few or so, they will start to speed up. And they will be hot in pursuit of you. Enemies cannot go through one another. And you get an increasing 1,000-point bonus for each level completed, and it goes up by another 1,000, up to a maximum of, I believe, 9,000. So you're rewarded with getting further and further into the game by getting a nice high score. And in order to get a free credit, damn it, just like in Spectar, you need to break 10,000. And it's Really not easy to do in this game. The enemy is just so much friggin' harder in this game than in Spectar. When you're down to one more Targ Ramship, you might... Well, that is weird. Sometimes the game will glitch and the Ramships can break through walls. I do not know why that happened. You cannot go through that hole. It's really strange. I destroyed him just in time. One hint that I can give you that might be useful is sometimes in order to be able to hit a Targ Ramship, whoa, that was close, you might face them and fire and move away quickly, and they might still go straight forward and run into your shot. It's a strategy that definitely works sometimes, but if you are down to one or a couple enemies left, and you know that they're going to speed way the hell up, maybe you'll want to, yikes, god damn it, maybe you'll want to try to stay on the opposite side of the screen from them, because they'll be moving so darn fast. And note that you only have one shot at a time. Yikes, get away from me. You only have one shot at a time, so you want to make your shots count. A short shot, when you know that you're in close proximity with an enemy and that you know you'll be able to hit him, that might be the way to go. And see, he's reversing course. They are crafty enemies, very freaking dangerous. And the Spectar Smuggler will start to speed up on the later levels. But boy, is this game freaking hard. You'll see like 3 cars in reserve at the start of your game. It looks like you have like 3 extra lives in addition to what you already have, but that's not the case. When you see one car left in reserve, that is actually the only car you have left. So don't let that fool you into thinking that you have more. But yeah, that seems to work here and there. Fire a shot and then move away, and the enemy often will still move towards the shot and get hit. Like that. Oh, and then they get super fast at the end. Damn it. Well, that was my game of Targ, but I will show you what it looks like to, when you pass 10,000, you gotta keep playing. You don't get an extra life, but when your game is over, then you will have had an extra credit added. And we'll look at that. Extra credit for topping high score. I used a cheat to get to the score that I got there. Well, that was the incredibly hard Targ created by Exidy in 1980. And the sequel is called Spectar, and that was game number 20 in our 20 from 1980 series. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80, saying thanks for watching my game number 18 in my 20 from 1980 series, Targ. I'll catch you later with game number 17. Bye-bye, folks.